Hey guys, Alex here, and I am just back from the first official Eatbats Warhammer Fantasy Tournament. It was 2,400 points, hosted in Ely. It's the first one these guys have done. I'm going to try to put some links and descriptions to their site. Fantastic tournament. We had about 30 people come out to it in the end. It was really great stuff, and I got a chance to meet up with some people who knew me from YouTube, some people who knew me from Daka Daka, some people who I've played at tournaments before. And I thought, hey, seeing as I'm going down there, I want to get some battle reports done. I mean, it's new people, new armies, new rules, new stuff I haven't found out, so I thought I'd pass that on to you guys down here. The three guys I played against, real top lads. They all let me record all the battles that I did with them. My notes are a little bit wobbly in places because I was just enjoying it too much, guys. 3 battles over the course of the day, and the rules were 2,400 points, and the only comp really was that no unit was allowed to be over 450 points. Before characters were added, which meant unfortunately I had to leave the troll horde at home. Probably worked out better for me in the end. I took my Warriors of Chaos with me. It's a standard list I've been running recently. I'll go over it in each game just in case you guys flip and choose in on which game you want to watch. And I'll break down each one of the games to you. Really great stuff. I'm also after this going to put a video on here which just has I took some videos and some photos of the event itself, what I liked about it, and some of the best painted armies that I saw when I was there. Just for you guys to have a look at, just to, let those guys get their armies out on the World Wide Web, but also to show you guys what I saw when I was there. I want you guys to live it with me. So the first game we played is this one. It is the meeting engagement, so it's the sideways deployment where you're allowed to be 12 inches away from your opponent, 6 inches from the inner line. First draw I came against was Daemons. Could have been happy about playing someone else. I mean, I play Daemons a lot, but the draw is the draw. A fantastic game I played with. Simon Bowers was the guy that I was playing for this first game. I'm going to try and rattle off the reports tonight, literally as I've come back from it, because it's still fresh in my memory, which will help my notes out a little bit. So the first thing I've got here is the different types of spells that we rolled for the event. I brought my level 4 Demon Prince with me. I'll explain his goodies in a minute. He's taken Law of Death, and he's got the Chaos Militia, who knows an extra spell. I got Purple Sun, Doom and Darkness, Soul Blight, and Spirit Leech. Festus, who I brought with me as well, he had got Fleshy Abundance and a Miasma of Pestilence, which is quite cool. The demon player I was playing had only one mage, a level 2 disc lord, who had Glean Magic and Bolt of Change. So, I'll run you through his deployment first, and I've got some photos of his army afterwards. It was a really beautiful converted demon army. Nothing was kind of what you thought it was. The painting was all exquisite, and I just really liked having a look at it. When we were going for deployment, he didn't have anything come in reserves, and I've got my Gorby's Chariot in reserve, which is why you can see it behind that unit at the front of the screen. So I'll talk you through it from left to right. First of all, we've got 10 steeds, Slaaneshi steeds, the ridiculously vanguarding fast cav. No characters in there, but full command. Then you can see a little bit, it looks, behind the rocks, it looks like a woman's face. If you follow that pole up to a Screamer, that's his level 2 disc mage, who got the Gleam Magic and stuff. No real goodies on that Herald at all. Next out, we've got Skull Cannon, sorry. Behind them, I'll get some close-ups of the picture behind it, but that tree thing behind it, I'll show you the detail in a minute. That's his Demon Prince. He brought an unmarked Demon Prince with Chaos Wings and Chaos Armor and Flight, and he gave him the sword, which is plus D3 to all of his stats. Next to that, we've got a horde of the Slaaneshi characters. Slaaneshi, forget what they're called. The Slaaneshi women. So if you can see in the right-hand corner, left-hand corner of the board, it's the tower. Basically, his model for his Demon Prince was a giant tree, and she stood at the top quite proud with a giant battle axe. And on top of it, there were loads of sisters and loads of like Allurist-style people hanging off the tree as well. It was really clever design. I really liked it. Then we've got 20 Khorne Bloodletters, 20 Nurgle Plague Bearers. That's a quick picture of the Demon Prince, just so you can see it, guys. Really fantastic stuff. I really like the look of it. 1 Fiend of Slaanesh, and 1 Exalted Chariot, which I thought had the character on it, but it doesn't. It is just the rare choice version. That is nasty. 2d6 impact hits. It's horrible to get in combat with. And then on the side, he's got 5 to 10 Furies. I think it's 1 unit of 10. So we'll go over my stuff. I've got my 3 Skull Crushers, got my Hell Cannon, got my Demon Prince, Callous Plaguefather. He's got the Mark and Nurgle, he's a level 3 wizard, rocking the Law of Death. Magic items wise, he's got the Dragonbane Gem, the Sword of Striking, and the Charm Shield, so we can ignore that first hit. He is Chaos Melee, so he's got +1 spell. He's got Scaled Skin, so he's got plus a couple to his armor save. Acid Blood, Soul Feeder, he's pretty cool tooled out. You've got my BSB, Gabriel. He's got the Great Weapon, and he's got that annoying 1-up armor save, 3-up rerolling ones. He's a bit of a pain to fight in combat. Then I've got 18 Khorne Warriors with almost Skeleton Command, just the banner and the Banner of Swiftness, 1 Nurgle Gorbeast Chariot. Next to that, we've got 17 Nurgle Warriors, again, kind of Skeleton Command, no champion to babysit Festus, he doesn't need it. And Festus in the front rank as well. And then at the edge, we've got 5 dogs. Like I said, 1 Gorbeast Chariot was off the board. What are you going to do about it? So, we rolled the dice for who gets +1 to it, and I got first turn. So Warriors of Chaos first turn. I don't mess around, guys. Skull Crushers get into combat, charge against the Furies. I know I'm going to overrun off the board, but those things got to get put my teeth in. Those guys have got to die relatively quick. This was my mindset for the game. So then I charged my Demon Prince into the Slaaneshi Chariot. Now, I've never played the Slaaneshi Chariot before. I've heard stories about them. And as the general rule, I'm sure you guys are all aware of Warhammer Fantasy. Probably in 40k it translates to as well. If you're playing against something and you've never played against it before, and you have a general rough idea of the rules are, and it looks relatively scary, it needs to die, and it needs to die fast. So this is my thought. That thing does impact hits. I don't want it charging me. That thing looks quite scary. What's the scariest thing I've got? So let's have a Demon Prince mono punch-out slugfest here. My BSB also rockets forward into the Fiend. Again, a lot like the Beast of Nurgle. I think this guy's going to be tough to fight in combat. New and scary. Want it dead. So we go down to the Magic phase. Throughout this entire tournament, guys, I have not written down the dice, what we got at all. So I'm going to be taking rough guesstimates. Or what we got for the dice. It must have been a bad set of dice because I didn't get a lot. I tried to cast Soul Blight on the chariot that I was in combat with. But the guy I was playing against spelled it. So I got Miasma of Pestilence off on the Demon Prince because, again, like I said, need to get thing got. It needs to go. The chariot needs to go. That's the plain simple bit. So we go down to shooting phase. Yeah, that was awesome. Way to go, Hell Cannon. You behaved yourself for once. But you missed by 10 inches on the Skull Cannon. My chain of thought at this point, guys, going forward is artillery versus artillery. If I can take his cannon out before he can take mine out, happy days. I can't force panic checks because of the minus leadership, but I need to get my flying characters into combat so they're away from this cannon. Once the cannon's neutralized, for whatever reason, I can slug him out in combat because my Khorne Warriors, in my opinion, are better than his Khorne Warriors, and my Nurgle Warriors are better than his Nurgle Warriors, purely for the fact we've got armor saves, more attacks, better special rules. The 5-up save is nice, but instability sucks ass. Plus, I've got about the same numbers, so mono for mono, I think I'll be alright. Then it'd be a case of just making sure that I can get in combat with that big unit as fast as I can and whittle it down. I was also a little bit nervous about the Slaaneshi Steeds, but the Spears, so strength 4 on the charge, there's only 10 of them. I'm not scared. I don't put the Slaaneshi Steeds in my list of warriors, so I assume they shouldn't take them in theirs as well. But I guess Free Fire Wolves not bad. And then fights Demon Prince. I knew it was unmarked. I knew it had the sword. It's got to go down one way or the other. So I'm trying to see if I can get locked into combat with that relatively quickly. We go down to the combat phase. I didn't show you the Fiend combat here. I know I'm in combat with the Nurglings. I just speed bumped over it. This thing sucks in combat. It's got like 3 strength, 3 attacks. I'm -1 weapon skill when I'm against it, but yeah. The long and short of it is I just bump through it into this Nurgle warrior. This isn't where I want to be, guys, because they've got 3 ranks. It's -1 to hit. I have limited damage output. That's not where I want to be in this combat. Demon Prince, through instability and generic wounds with his sword, I get it down to 2 wounds. This sucker has 8. Jesus wept. I'm so glad I got into combat with this early, because 8 wounds is horrific. That's horrible for that chariot to have. But it's going down. It's going the right way, so I'm pleased about that. And the Skull Crushers, as I'm sure you guessed, punch through the Furies and bump off the other side. They're ready to come back on next turn. Pretty productive first turn, I thought, in my opinion. So we go to Demons of Chaos turn 1. Slaaneshi Steeds down the side, try to charge my dogs, who hold, but he fails the charge. Khorne Warriors charge into my Khorne Warriors. Again, like I said earlier, I like my odds in this fight. That entire front rank unit, I mean, each one of those guys has 3 attacks each, which means that that front rank itself is letting out 18 attacks, plus the 6 from behind, plus my armor save, plus some strength 5. You know, I really like that fight. I really did. He moves his Zeech Disc Sorcerer up a little bit. I think he's just trying to go after Festus at this point, trying to get some Gleam Magic character snipes and stuff off at the moment. But I mean, I don't really know what his game plan was at this point. And I was in the zone. I was talking tactics, got some brewskis. Oh, By the way, guys, the Eatbats tournament has an open bar the entire time. I was in heaven the entire time that I was there. When you guys were saying last time you wanted some kind of panoramic shot, so this is a little bit of a cluster bomb of to give you guys some depth perception on where everything is with regards to combat and stuff. In the backhand corner, sorry about the blurry picture, his Demon Prince moves all the way up down here because I'm feeling... He thinks, if I was him, this is what I'd be thinking, that the chariot isn't going to last long and he needs to get in combat with it fast. He needs to offer me that out. Long shot of the board, guys, just to give you some perspective of everything. Like I said, this scenario bodes fantastically for Warriors of Chaos and any combat unit, really. Because to be 12 inches away from your opponent, I mean, most charges I try to do are less than 12 anyway. So, you know what I mean? For my core Warriors to get in, that's an 8. That's less than 8, they're moving 5. That's a 7 for them to get in if we both deploy on the line. My Demon Prince is getting 2s to get in. I mean, this is a fantastic deployment for me, which is why I think he gave me a bit of an upper hand in the game. We go down to the shooting phase. He does a grape shot on my... I completely lie. We do the magic phase. Missed the phase there. We do the magic phase. He tries to do bolt of change on my warriors, and I let him have it. It's only he only manages to kill 1 out of regen saves and failed to wounds and stuff. So that's why the one guy at the back is pipping to the back, and then I stop. The other one, Gleam Magic. That's the one I try to stop. Because I don't want that going off. His magic is a bit of a dud with regards to everything else. And that's really it for magic and shooting. He tries to grape shot against my unit but misfires, but he can't fire. Yeah, it's a misfire, so I assume we just misfired it like normal and there was no real damage taken. Into combat here, as you can see with the Khorne Warriors. I mean, it's brutal. I lose 3 guys to his, what's that at the back? 6, if not more. So we do the combat res, we do the combat and we kind of slug it out. He loses some to instability, but we kind of stay where we are. We go to the BSB combat. Jesus, 1 dead guy. I mean, that's my disc, that's my BSB. I mean, when all's said and done, I lost, but made my check because my Demon Prince is right next to me. Because, I mean, I've got BSB, I've got charge, and I've got 1 wound. Well, right off the bat, he's got 2 ranks and a banner. So, I mean, on his musician alone, he's 1 by 1. So, I mean, I can't stay here forever. Demon Prince, quite now it seems to me, obviously, absolutely obliterates that Demon Slanesh chariot, absolutely rinses it, and he just turns to face because he's ready for some slugfests. So we go to Warriors of Chaos turn 2, this must be. My Hell Cannon fails his Behave Himself check spectacularly. This isn't the role for his leadership, guys. This is the role for him to get into combat. And good God, he runs like the wind. He smelled bacon or something because this guy runs right into a side charge of the Bloodletters, which I can't complain about because it's going to get rid of them faster. But I've lost a turn of shooting where that Skull Cannon is, which is... You know, it could have been a lot better for me. Doesn't matter in my opinion because if you can see at the top of the screen, I managed to get my Gorby's chariot into combat with the Skull Cannon. We've both got impact hits, we've both got +1. Whoever can get there first is going to benefit, so that's what I did, just get into combat as quickly as possible. I bring my Gorby's chariot on to face those slashy people. I think if he's going to get into combat with me, that's fine. I'm weapon skill -1 to hit, so it's 5 string to hit me, and I'm toughness 6. I'm going nowhere on wounds, so I just need to make sure that I can punch enough back to counteract the damage. Dogs charge to the side of the Disc Hero. Now I know Disc Heroes aren't as good as Chaos Disc Heroes because my Sorcerer on a Disc is rocking a 3-up armor save without any other benefits at all, and he can fight like the wind. But I remember the Zeech characters aren't all that fighty. What am I thinking? Weapon skill 4, maybe strength 3, 2 attacks plus the Disc. Dogs will have a crack at that. I mean, they've got 2 already for a charge in the side. And this instability is what I'm trying to abuse in this game. So yeah, fuck it, I'll get into that combat. Ooh, excuse my French. I'll get into that combat. The Nurgle Warriors just kind of move up a little bit there. I'm trying to keep their options open. I want to know that they can get the Skull Cannon if they want to. I want to know they can get the Disc Hero if and when the dogs die. And I'm trying to keep Festus in range for some of his spells as well. Skull Crushers rumble on the board and just kind of turn to face. Not a lot they can do this turn. Demon Prince slams into their Demon Prince. This is what you guys came to see. This is the deathmatch. Mexican style cage fight in seconds out round 2. Ding ding style fight. He's got the sword, which is an absolute pain, seeing as I've got a 1-up armor save and he's like strength 7 if he rolls horribly. But you know, it's the game, isn't it, at the end of the day. We go to the magic phase. Dice are poor. I get Fleshy Abundance off on my Gorbeast Chariot, which he lets me have. I get Soul Blight off on the unit of the Demon Prince, sorry, which I'm in combat with. And luckily I sneak Miasma of Pestilence through on the dog, sorry. So it's only the small version, but it's the fight that I want to have. In the next picture, guys, you'll see. Blam! No wounds in combat, but he doesn't do any to me. Charge inside means I'm up by 2. He chokes a wound through instability. Hoo-hoo, this fight looks a lot better, doesn't it? Hell Cannon, munch, munch, munch. Bloodletters, gone. Don't want to see him here anymore. What's that at the back there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gone after instability. So there's only 3 left. Corn Warriors will be free any minute now. And that's after Thunderstomps. Blam! After Thunderstomps, they're free. Breaking free, guys. So the Hell Cannon's back in the game. Turn to face. I want to be able to shoot things with him. I want to keep my options open. Corn Warriors are there because I know if I can get those into the Slaneshi people, that's the ideal situation for me right now, to get those guys fighting into that combat. Because yeah, you've got always strikes first, and yeah, your armor piercing a little bit, but I've got 24 attacks coming out of that front rank, if not more. And I just wanna get them in there. BSB, Gabriel, what you playing at, you sly fox? Same story as last time, guys. This time I didn't kill anyone. My dice were abysmal in this bit of it, which means I've now lost by 2 because I haven't done anything. I'm just a banner and I haven't charged. So he's got 2 whole ranks and a banner to my charge. Demon Prince is right there. Choke it on the reroll, which is horrible. And I die. Sorry, Gabriel. This is where we leave you. We jump into combat right here. He grabs his sword out. This is the fun part where we play maths of add D3 but take 1 and -1 to hit but plus this and do that. And when all's said and done and the smoke clears, his Demon Prince takes a wound. Mine takes 1 but Soul Feeders it back up. That's what I love about the Soul Feeder ability. After the wounds are done back, I do my 1, roll a 6, blam, back to full wounds, which is where I want to see my Demon Prince. So we go to Demon's turn 2. Slashy Steeds charge the Gorbeast Chariot. Like I said, I'm not too fussed about this combat at all. This can go any one way. This can only go one way, and it does not end well for the pincer arm lovely ladies. Nurgle Warriors turn around to face. They think they can have my Skull Crushers, and I think, bring it on. That's what I think in that fight, guys. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, is the Gorbeast Chariot has actually ploughed through the Skull Cannon. So I forgot to mention that I speed bumped through that. Just the impact hits alone, I think, got me through that. So we jump down to his magic phase. We've got and overrun into the Slaneshi people behind. That's where I'm going wrong. His Zeech hero here takes a pot shot at Festus. And does the Glean Magic. I try to stop his bolt. I stop his bolt change. He gets Glean Magic through. Glean Magic takes away Miasma of Pestilence from me, so he can now cast it. And Festus is only now a level 1 wizard. It doesn't matter for too long though, because as you can see here, she dies in combat. Quack quack. Oops. So she gets a spell but loses it again because hey, that's what it is. We jump down to the combat phase against his women in trees, and the Demon Prince loves it. -1 to hit was what got him at the end of the day, which is why I love Nurgle. I can't think why you'd ever want to take an unmarked or any other marked Demon Prince. It just doesn't compute with the way my brain works. Callus turn rounds to face because I know this is either going to end in Nurgle abuse or Slanesh abuse, and both of those I like. This one's a little bit awkward. Yeah, I did 2 wounds, but he's got a charge, a banner, and a rank, so I lose by 1, and my BSB... Gabriel's fucked. Excuse my French again. Dead. And my Demon Prince is wee over the other side of combat, so that's bad as well. He runs off the board, and the Slaneshi people follow him, which sucks. That does suck. So we go to Warriors of Chaos turn 3. It must be. The Skull Crushers charge into the Nurgle people. I'll hold this all day. Either you kill me, or I'm just going to stay there. I mean, a 1-up armor save's nice, or 2-up against you guys because of strength 4. Poison's nice, but Thunderstomp, in my opinion, will rule the day. The Gorbeast Chariot, which I said like it is in from last time. We've got the Hell Cannon, which I decided to charge in anyway because that thing monsters for the Thunderstomp. Demon Prince is coming in there as well because of Thunderstomp. Which means this turn I will have 6d6? I wish. 1d6 coming from the Gorbeast at the beginning of combat, and 2d6 coming from the Hell Cannon Demon Prince at the end of combat, which is what I want to see. The Corn Warriors move up a little bit. I didn't leave enough room to get them in the combat in the middle, which sucked. I really should have, in hindsight, reformed them so they're a little bit thinner so I could charge them in. Hey ho, we live and we learn. Move the Nurgle Warriors up on the side because I know if anything goes wrong in this combat, I need that flank charge, and I need it now. So that's why I'm moving up to there. Dogs run forward and bump into this wall because when those Slaneshi steeds come back on, I don't want to be giving away easy VP at the end of the day. We drop down to the magic phase. It's piddly dice. Irresistible Spirit Leech on his Herald, and it's 2 wounds. Exactly 2 wounds, which is exactly enough to kill her. I was going for a pot shot in the dark with that one, guys. I wasn't expecting to do anything, but hey ho, she's very dead. Miscast is 7. Miscast is 7. Sorry, so on a base contact. He saves his ward saves on his Slaneshi unit. With the very few dice I have left, I managed to get regen off Fleshy Abundance, on the Skull Crushers, which I really like having because a 1-up save, 5-up save I think is fantastic for those guys. This quick shot of after combat, 4. 19 down to 4 after instability. That is why I take Skull Crushers, and that is why I will always take Skull Crushers. Holy hell. That is the anvil unit of the game. I mean, I don't think there's any better core choice than a Nurgle Plague Bearer. A unit of 20, it's not ideal for them. Epidemus isn't on the table, granted, and they haven't got a Herald in there giving them the bus. But that is the bare bones of the most anvil unit in the game, and I just shaved 14 away from that unit. Unbelievable. That's why I'll always take these guys. We're looking at combat over here. I've done a boatload of wounds over here in combat, but that's what we do. He reformed last turn out of a horde formation, so we could try to move up a bit, but apart from that, we're just staying where we are. He's always stubborn. He may lose a guy or two, but apart from sneaking some wounds through on the Hell Cannon, that's all she wrote. Didn't realised at this point Demon Prince doesn't have to challenge, so I ain't doing that. I ain't wasting all those attacks on one person. So we go to Demons of Chaos turn. The steeds charge the dogs, who aptly flee because fuck that. And they fail aggressively. They can't. They fail the redirect. So they don't redirect into the back of my Nurgle Warriors, which would have been quite nice. I understand for them. Apart from that, guys, he can't do anything else. He's out of wizards, out of everything. All he's got left is this horse unit and foot unit. So he's eggs in one basket sort of attitude at the moment. Not through luck by design. We fight away in the combat. I peel some more from him, but he stays effectively where he is. Over here, Skull Crushers peel off the last of the Nurgle people, and they just turn around to face. So we jump over to the Warriors of Chaos turn. Excuse me, guys. Warriors of Chaos turn. Or I get Doom and Darkness off on the Nurgle Warriors charge on the side. Basically, is how it starts at this point. I get Doom and Darkness off on the unit of Slaneshi people. I don't shoot anything because I'm in combat, so those are all my units. So the Pain Train crunches, pincer on both flanks, front with 2 monsters, the Thunderstomps and everything else. Blam, unit disintegrates. It reached its saturation point, and I melted it. Effectively, is what happened there. Nurgle Warriors turn round. Everyone else just kind of pivots to face. At this point, my pictures are getting a little bit scarce because the returns are just rapiding past next quickly. Let's go to Demons Chaos phase. Demons charge my Nurgle unit. That's what I like about this guy. He's Death or Glory. He could have held those VP, but he decided not to, and that's what I like about him. So he charges my Nurgle unit, which I am more than happy to oblige him with. We jump down to the Magic phase. We randomly select a hero to be turned into Demonic Instability. And it's Festus. And Festus chokes it. That's a picture of Festus dying there. I'll give you a hint. This is not the only time this happens in the game. So there will be more times that he does this. That's kind of ruined it for you because I've got to play Demons again at some point because otherwise this can't happen. But yeah, this happens again. Festus never lives to the end of the game, but that's the way it is at this point. So the free Herald appears. Way! Herald of Slanesh not the Zeech one, so doesn't know any spells. There's some punching in combat. I obliterate his unit. They charge me. I've lost 2 guys. But yeah, Warriors of Chaos, guys, that's what it is. So we get a little bit of an adult literature style film out on this woman. We've got one naked lady here surrounded by, 18, take 4, 14 guys, 15 if you include the guy on the back of the horse, and the cow itself. That is some twisted pornography right there, and as I'm sure you're aware, she gets very, very roasted in combat. And that's the game, guys and girls. The final score for this one, for me, was a 19-1. The way this score system works is whatever each other kills, whatever the difference is applied to a table. Normally, it's whatever the first number starts with is the difference. So, I mean, there wasn't a lot of points difference between us once all was said and done, because I had completely tabled him at this point and only lost to Gorby's Chariot, my BSB, and Festus. Stupid Festus at the last minute, sucking dick. Fantastic game. Granted, the guy was relatively new to the game. There were a lot of rules he was unsure about, a lot of things he wasn't quite 100% on. I played it as best as I could, helping him out with a load of rules and stuff. It's the first game. It's the luck of the draw. It's just what happens. I didn't mind getting 19-1. He had some fun playing against me, and that wrapped up game 1. Fantastic game, a lot of conversion work. I really loved it. At this point, I'm pumped, I'm psyched, and I'm ready to head on to the next game. Thanks for watching this report, guys. Normally at this point I'd say, stay tuned in the future, but I am literally going to stop recording this, have some of my apple juice that I've got over there, and some of the onion bhajis that I've been cooking for my curry for tea, and then we're going to record the next one because I've got all the videos here, so these will be posted up over the next kind of couple of days. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one, guys. Peace!